All right, welcome back, everybody. Let everybody sort of get settled here. Welcome back to the second half of today's session. That was a great chat with our friend Rachel Brathen, all the way from Aruba. Thanks so much for tuning in. I had a really good time chatting with her. I was laughing a lot. It felt really fun. And great pearls of wisdom from our sister over there. I ran outside and did some gardening and picked some flowers. And so I prepared my mind to check in with Auntie Winona LaDuke, Winona LaDuke, the great and wonderful auntie of mine. And yeah, I'm excited to talk to her, hear what she's got to share. And I'm going to ring her in right now over on the Honor the Earth page. So stand by. We're going to get to hear from our relatives in Anishinaabe. Here we go. Bears are having a good day out there and feeling well today. Glad that we can do this like this in this way. Let's see here. Come on now. Well, while we're waiting for her, I'll share something here. For those of you who don't know who Winona LaDuke is, she is an author, an environmentalist, an economist. She's well known for her work with tribal lands and tribal governments in an effort for preservation and sustainable developments. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my situation here. And okay. Sorry, guys. I'm a little unorganized in this moment. Thanks to the moon. Just joking. I'm going to send a text over to them right now and make sure that they know where to be tuning in to. I'll send the request again here and see if they can pick up or on their end. Oh,
there we go.
Hey.
Close this one.
Sorry, guys. Hey there.
Hi. How are you?
I'm well. How's it going over there? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're just came in from the woods. It's all good in the hood.
Yeah, I heard you were getting some maple syrup.
Yeah, this time of year is this is the Ojibwe New Year. Happy New Year.
Hey, thank you. You as well.
We go out, the earth's waking up, and you go out there and check and see who's waking up where, who's the bunnies, see a badger. Everybody's kind of starting to go out, bears coming out. So
yep.
I was telling my grandchildren this story, which I'm just going to tell you. I know you had some other important things to talk to me about.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you this story.
I'm here for it.
Back in the day, the Ojibways were kind of messing up. The Anishinaabe were kind of messing up. I just want to say, like, no society has a monopoly on botching stuff up, man. Like, every society is capable of doing it. The main thing is that, we want to be not doing that, right? But anyway, it's botching up, and the creator's like, man, I don't know about these humans. We might have to send them packing wherever they came from, back to the space or something. They shouldn't come back. Anyway, so the eagle said, no, I'm going to go out there and look. There's probably some Ojibwe who ain't playing Nintendo and sitting around on their butts talking smack. This was way back. They didn't have Nintendo then, or... they didn't have that stuff. But anyway,
sure.
So the eagle said, let me look. So eagle said, I'm going to fly out. Give me 3 days. She said to the creator. And the creator, she said, okay, I'll give you 3 days. So first day, eagle flies everywhere. Can't find any Anishinaabe doing anything good. Comes back, her head is down. Second day, same thing. Nothing. Third day, the eagle sees some Ojibways out in the sugar bush. It's a grandma and grandpa, and they got their grandchildren out there in their sugar bush. And the eagle says, oh, good, somebody's doing what they're supposed to do. And Rebecca reported to the creator, and that's why we're still here. That's why we're still here. So do some things you're supposed to do, like be old school, be respectful. That's kind of that lesson I'd say. But, you know, anyway, nice to visit with you. Nice to get in the sugar bush. 50, 60 gallons. Took a team of girls out there. It was a girls' team.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you ask him if we exchange the back so we can mount it?
We're going to change your back because I'm holding this right now on him.
Okay, I got you.
Give me a second. Wrong phone. Sorry. Give me 2
Thanks,
seconds.
sir. It's all good. All good. All right. Well, while they're getting that fixed up, oh, there she is. All right.
We're talking. Hang on.
I can hear you. How's it? Tell me what's going on over there.
Oh, you know, I just was outside doing my things outside. We just killed our little garden for the year and got our starts going, and got maple trees out here, but I think they're a different kind than you got up there. And but it's true that life is alive. Creation is alive right now. There's a bunch of flowers that are blooming. There's tulips going. The azaleas and the man, there's just all kinds of stuff going on out there. And it's finally nice enough now. We got a nice week this week to actually get out and do some things out in the garden and in the yard. And but there's eagles cruising through. There was an eagle a couple days ago that was sitting over there, and the birds are so happy right now. And there's a cougar that lives just down the road, or who lives just down the road. He lives down the road. There's a cougar that lives down the road.
That's so great. That's so.
And
great.
actually, during my ceremony, my humblecha in February.
King, Not like
No. Okay. They got all the rain of the territory. This is where they live. It's their hood. But she was making some noises last month. Wow! I was like, oh, she's here. It's cool. She's living out here, you know. But yeah, nature's alive right now. It's a good time of year, and it's a good reminder to get out there and be amongst it and take care of that.
I think it's an interesting time for a lot of people. Like, I remember talking to old people about the Depression in the North Woods, and people didn't notice so much because they already lived in the woods.
Sure.
You know,
yeah.
and so people were like a lot more like stressed out in the city.
Sure,
you know?
absolutely.
And out here, we kind of like, we're all out in the woods anyway, you know, and so we're in that social isolation together in the woods. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, or on our horses or something. It's good, but you know, it is really a moment to reset, to hit the reset button, or you know, just to make a new start. And Mother Earth's getting a breath. I mean, you can see the sun in China, right?
Absolutely.
Right? And you know, there's a lot of pollution that's not happening. There's a lot of cars we ain't driving nowhere that we shouldn't be driving. You know, so it's a really good moment to try to see clearly. Because we're going to need some clear thinking. You know?
I mean, so there's so many things I wanted to ask you because you always have such great wisdom to share. And you and I have known each other for a while now and worked together for a while now. And for those of people who are tuning in who don't know about what you do, like I was just going to mention that you are an incredible teacher of all things, but of course, where you live in Minnesota on White Earth Reservation and the work that you do there and all around the country and all around the world. I wanted to bring it back to just one moment and remember that you were born here in Oregon, where I live.
I was raised in Oregon. I was born in East LA, baby.
Oh,
you know,
shit,
my dad was in the Westerns. My dad was in the Westerns back in the day.
That's right.
You know, a handsome Indian guy could get a job falling off of horses, and that's what he did. But I was raised in Oregon. I'm really an Oregon girl. You know, I consider Ashland my home. I was raised in Ashland. My mother still lives there. Betty LaDuke, really a great artist and a great mom.
Yes.
I might have to go steal away and hide and go see her because I miss her. You know, I'm hoping soon, but she's doing good. But yeah, so I am definitely, went to Ashland Senior High School.
Wow, it's so crazy.
I'm a child of Oregon, and I'm proud to call that state a home too. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
nice to talk to you, Oregon boy, too.
Hey,
Yeah,
yeah.
I never consider myself a LA girl. I consider myself an Oregon girl. Yeah.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that about you because obviously I'm from here, and you've come and visited me here before. But yeah, and then I wanted to share with people who are listening right now the way that I actually met you was up on Madeline Island, and I have been trying to figure out how to meet you, and and you held such an important place in my life, and as an author, I'd read your books, and and as a person of indigenous heritage that was looking for teachers, I was so inspired by you. And so when I got the chance to meet you, I remember so clearly how much you had just embraced me as one of your kids, that you had all these children and all these grandchildren, and it felt so comforting to have you in my life. And then of course then I began to perform for you a lot more, and work with Honor the Earth in a much bigger way. And so it's been great to have you in my life all these years. Thank you so much, Auntie. I love you so much.
Yes, I'm happy to be your auntie. We need big families that work together,
Yeah, absolutely. And so I wanted to have you speak on here and just give us some of your wisdom, because it really is medicine for me and for a lot of people. And I think a lot of new folks as well are tuning in today. And one thing I wanted to mention was that you are such a big proponent for hemp, and you have so much going on there on your land and on the reservation, and you're doing so much work with hemp and with rice, and with your you got an online store on honortheearth.org
right.
as well.
We're selling solar thermal panels.
Yeah.
We're ready for the next economy over here.
Yeah, you guys have been working this out for like years
let's
now.
get it together.
Yeah. And I mean,
Yeah.
so tell me about the hemp and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, I spend I spend a lot of my life seeing and fighting stupid ideas, man. And they just keep coming up with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. One time I turned around, they want to put like empty oil tankers and take water from the Great Lakes to LA. I was like, wow, what
a dumb idea.
Every time I turn around, there's like another really bad idea. So, I really want the solutions. I don't want to spend all my life, I mean, we're going to resist every stupid idea, and the thing is that you can outlive them. Just want to say that you can outlive the bad ideas, right?
Hey, I like that.
Just keep in there. I talked to some of my old guard pals, man, and we're still here, and their ideas didn't happen yet. So
yeah,
we might just outlive them, guys. Old Indian people might just outlive them. So having said that, I'm really interested in the solution.
Right.
And I call this the Sitting Bull plan. The Sitting Bull plan, which is let us put our minds together to see what kind of future we can make for our children. There's like not one savior going to fix this baby for us.
Mm-hmm.
We all got to put our good minds together. Now, the thing is cannabis. I call this the new green revolution. This is what I think. So I'm a fiber hemp grower.
Mm-hmm.
I think it should be legalized, all of it. I think it's great, good medicine for a lot of people, and I'm glad a lot of people like that. But, the revolution is in the materials economy.
Right.
I don't know if that sounds all crazy for most of you, but just think of it this way. They said around 1920, we had a choice, in America, between a carbohydrate economy and a hydrocarbon economy. Between a carbohydrate economy and a hydrocarbon economy. The carbohydrate economy was hemp. And the hydrogen economy is what we got, brought to us by the Rockefellers. I'm like, oh my God, what a bad idea. The thing is that hemp, anything you could do with plastics or with oil, you could do with hemp, but a lot of stuff you don't want to do. So for instance, Henry Ford made a car out of hemp that power on hemp oil, right? A lot of the oils that we use, lubricants, everything could be made of hemp plastics, all that. Anything that plastic is, you could make that out of hemp. Toilet paper, I was like that crisis we just had now. I think North Dakota should grow toilet paper for us all.
There it is.
I mean, what was that crisis? The toilet paper crisis. We could have had hemp toilet paper.
What's this?
And it wouldn't be so bad, you know? Anyway, I live out in the woods. We're okay. I was like, come on, you all. I don't want to say, and sometimes I call it white people problems, you know, or first world problems, right?
Sure, yep,
Y'all, quit, get real. Quit hoarding toilet paper and ammunition. That's dumb. You might want to do seeds instead. That'd be better.
Right.
Grow some food. Anyway, so I've been growing for 4 years. I got my 5th-year permit. I can't grow anything with THC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in fiber varieties. Now, it turns out that we used to grow like everything was hemp. In fact, Minnesota had 11 hemp mills until the 1940s. We made all our own clothes. We made the word canvas. The word canvas comes from cannabis.
Oh, wow.
How great is that? The word canvas. So everything, like all those ship sails, everything, every boat in Minnesota, the dam has a plastic cover on it right now. Let's make that out of hemp. You know?
Yes.
That's what we want to do. I just want it back, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's a very complicated venture. You know, there's that film, I think the film is called Who Killed the Electric Car? You ever heard that film?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this one is like the hemp story is like, who killed the hemp industry? Well, we know, but where'd the body go? Where'd the body go? Because I've been spending 4 years trying to reconstruct a historic hemp industry that existed in 1938. But when they made it illegal, they even like burned the books on it. They like smelted the equipment.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. I have no idea. So I've been like chasing. I was looking at the Chinese equipment, and I'm looking at the Belgian equipment, and then there's the Turkish equipment. Everybody someplace else has it. We had a thriving industry, and there's no damn equipment in North America to process hemp. So, but you could use a lot of the equipment that you use from flax. So my interest is in where I live. You know, I live on the White Earth Reservation, which is in northwestern Minnesota. I'm on the edge of the prairie. And there are a whole bunch of land-based Indian nations in my region, like 2 million acre reservations, you know, big land base. And a lot of that land, including on my reservation, we could grow hemp. We could rebuild a textile economy in this country that is made in North America. You know, right now, everybody here knows, like, you know, the craziness of shutting down the Chinese supply chain across the board. I mean, 75% of our pharmaceuticals, all of our fabric, all of our material goods, all Chinese. Make it local, make it hemp. Anyway, so that's what I'm working on. And I want Indian people at the table. I want us to benefit from it. I want people to support us because we have land, and we, you know, the next economy, you know, we didn't like the last economy.
Yeah.
We want the next economy.
We want the next one.
It's nice to the people in the earth. And so, you know, support us in this, like work together. You know, I know that there's, it needs to be really equitable. And reconciliation is not just you do your land acknowledgement. Reconciliation is you make justice, right? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about. I love that, though.
Yeah, it's like, that's good. Thanks for that land acknowledgement. Now, what about like the rest of that stolen stuff?
Right? Oh, man. Yeah, because I love the Sitting Bull plan. You sent me this article, and I've read it, and there's so many parts of it that I wanted to ask you about because they're just classic Winona-isms. Because you're so creative and you have all these amazing ideas and you make them happen. And the Sitting Bull plan was in there, and also I love you're like, let's call it the 8th fire.
Yeah, you know, now is the time for rebirth. We need to be doulas for the next economy.
Yes.
No like forging, no like pioneer shit. Doula.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
let us do this together in a beautiful way. Let it grow. You know, like just like I'm looking out there now, and you are too, and there's more birds now than there has been.
Yeah.
Everything is so happy because the humans aren't making such a mess.
Yeah.
You know, so we need to keep that vibe going. You know, and what I want to say, Nahko, and I didn't really get to say this yet, is that, you know, I always say misery enjoys company. And if you think that we're having a hard time during this COVID epidemic, try the oil industry.
Yes. Tell me about that. Tell me about it.
Oh my
you
God.
talked about it
That's
in this article, and this article is
okay,
so great.
so I've been finding tar sands pipeline for 7 years, you know? Hemp. We could
Yeah.
hemp. We could rebuild a textile economy in this country that is made in North America. Is it North?
The Sitting Bull plan was in there, and also I love you're like, let's call it the eighth fire.
Yeah, you know, now is the time for rebirth. We need to be doulas for the next economy.
Yes.
No like forging, no like pioneer shit. Doula.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
let us do this together in a beautiful way. Let it grow. You know, like just like I'm looking out there now, and you are too, and there's more birds now than there has been.
Yeah.
Everything is so happy because the humans aren't making such a mess.
Yeah.
You know, so we need to keep that vibe going. You know, and what I want to say, Nahko, and I didn't really get to say this yet, is that, you know, I always say misery enjoys company. And if you think that we're having a hard time during this COVID epidemic, try the oil industry.
Yes. Tell me about that. Tell me about it.
Oh my God.
You talked about it in this article, and this article is so great.
So I've been finding tar sands pipeline for 7 years, you know, and the price of a barrel of Canadian oil, because there's this big battle between Saudi Arabia and Russia, and they've got oil that's cheap, and Canada's oil's real expensive.
Right.
So this week, a price of Canadian oil could be purchased for less than a barrel of monkeys. A barrel of oil is worth less than a barrel of monkeys. That game, you know what I'm talking about? That little plastic game with the monkeys you pull out?
Yeah.
That's more expensive than a barrel of Canadian oil. And so they're like so screwed. And so they cut production. One big mine, biggest mining operation, tech mine, ain't happening. Constitution Pipeline canceled about 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Syncrude, single largest producer of tar sands in the world, stills one of its operations, cuts by like a third its other production. Pipeline companies are asking refiners not to ship any more oil because their tanks are full already.
Right.
And Enbridge, my nemesis, Enbridge, that Canadian corporation, Enbridge is sitting there, and they don't even have oil in some of their lines right now. Why do they need a new pipeline?
And they're talking about bringing in, you mentioned this in the article, a lot of people are asking about the article, and I will post the article link later. But you're saying that Minnesota's talking about bringing in thousands of outside workers to work there right now, right?
Right, yeah. You know, people, you really want to help us out, go to the MPCA website. They're still pushing ahead with meetings. They call them electronic meetings. So like tonight or tomorrow, you know, on Thursday between 10 and 11:30, I can call in and tell them what I think about Line 3, the state Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. Enbridge is trying to get this pipeline through before there is no demand for oil.
And they don't give a shit about these people. They're just putting them at risk, and
No, I mean, and so they want to push it through, and they want to bring 4,300 workers to northern Minnesota.
Jeez.
4,300 workers in the middle of a pandemic. I said, that's a really bad idea. You know, what we told Governor Walz, or I think my chairman told Governor Walz, is, you really think that's a good idea to issue that permit? How about Enbridge brings 4,300 workers, and then you just wait because there's going to be 10,000 water protectors. Yeah. What kind of health problems are you going to have then, Governor?
Yeah.
Don't let them go ahead.
Yeah.
You know, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it, you know. So, you know, I know that Trump is trying to push ahead with the Jordan Cove pipeline. I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but they're going to be in legal hell for the next 10 years. That pipeline is never going to happen.
Yeah.
Never going to happen. Just dumb stuff, you know. That Trump is just dumb.
Yeah.
You know, but this one here, we got to fight him to the end, man. Bloody end on Enbridge, man. But you know what? Is that they are, like I said, they're doing worse. You know, I'm off in the woods with my grandchildren getting maple syrup and planting seeds to feed my people and to grow hemp. And Enbridge is up there sweating over the price of oil. I'm like, oh, sorry, bad plan, Canada. Come up with a better plan. Christ. I mean, that's the thing, is everybody's like, crisis. I was like, Canada has no plan. The only plan was tar sands. They had no plan. So that guy, you know, Trudeau gets in, tries to act all sweet, black face, Indian face.
Ooh, savage. I love you just dropped that in there. Yeah,
Well, you
absolutely.
know,
We all seen
and
it. We
act
all
all
know.
good. In
Yeah.
the meantime, his world is crumbling because they laid off 10,000 people in the tar sands, and now the price of oil is cheaper than a barrel of monkeys.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, time for the Green New Deal in Canada.
Yeah.
Just now,
The enlightened
get
stimulus
some
package.
solar. Everybody needs it. We need the Sitting Bull plan everywhere. We need
The,
it's the crisis is opportunity.
yeah.
Crisis is opportunity.
The enlightened stimulus package.
Yeah, the enlightened stimulus package. Exactly. That's what we need.
Yeah. I loved your challenge to people as well that you wrote in this article about the victory gardens. Tell us about that.
Right. Everybody should do a victory garden. During World War II, about a third of the food in this country was produced by people in their yards. We could do way more of that now.
Yeah.
Why do you need a lawn?
Yeah.
Do you want to explain to me why you need a lawn? You don't need a lawn. Grow a garden. Get rid of your lawn. We spend more on like lawns than the entire
Yeah, right. We
GDP.
should be turning all these golf courses into food gardens.
Right. We should just start with our yards, extend it from there. Get local with our food. Be nice to people. Share honey with people. That sounds very suggestive, but let's just do that too.
Hey, I mean, while I think like while sports are canceled, we could use that. You could use that garden space for like putting food in, man.
Yeah, I absolutely think so. We're calling them resilience gardens.
Yeah, I love that.
Resilience gardens. But I was actually thinking of issuing a challenge.
Yeah.
So they have that local food challenge. You've heard of that, right?
Yeah.
Where people are challenged to like get as much of their food local, and you get like a couple exemptions, like coffee, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
You got to have a coffee exemption. Or
Right.
a couple. You get like 10 items out of your region or something. You get to pick them.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but so local food challenge, but I think we should add to that like a local energy challenge. Like I think we should do a full-on give Mother Earth a break challenge.
Yeah.
And see what we could do. So I think about like, I seen this home-powered book, and they had like a bicycle to power your computer. I was like,
right.
oh yeah, power that, all those games, just bicycle power stuff around the house, get some solar. You could do it in like science fairs, kids science fairs, the local challenge, the local resilience challenge.
There you go. Yep.
And this isn't like abstract stuff. This is like we're witnessing the beginning of a series of crises that are going to worsen.
Yeah.
So what you want to do? Sit around and figure out if Donald Trump's going to do something for you? He ain't going to do something for you.
Right.
So be the local resilience people, like challenge, do like a team challenge, and see how much, you could produce for local energy at low cost. Some people will have more money, somebody could put on Tesla's, solar roof or whatever, but not all of us got that. I got kids. I feel like bikes.
That's the thing. Yeah, I got bikes.
Computer. Go power that. Power it up for me, honey.
Charge up the battery, and charge up your things, and then you're using less energy in your home.
Yeah, I mean, there's that, but then and then there's the bigger picture. I mean,
yeah, of course.
I say we need to, we suffer from affluenza. Have you ever heard that term, affluenza?
Explain it to us.
Well, you know what I mean. It's like we're so damn affluent, like we are entitled. Affluenza, it's a disease. It's like late stage affluenza. And so we buy stuff from around the world, and we're like, oh yeah, I got this really cool sacred wood from South America. I'm burn that and make me all sacred. I was like, leave your stuff alone. You know what I'm talking about. I love that stuff too, but I was like, just leave it down there in the rainforest where it's supposed to be. Use some sage or But that's like I tease us, but you know exactly what I'm saying. You get your flowers from China, your Fiji water from Fiji, for Christ's sake. No reason to do that. Drink your own water. Demand that water is drinkable in your community.
Yeah, exactly. It's shifting. What we're hoping is that this crisis is waking people up in a much bigger and much quicker way, that they see how the illusion is sort of, the veil is lifting, right? And you're being forced to recognize and reconcile with the fact that so millions of people have become so dependent on other countries and other people for for their health and well-being. And what you're saying and what is so clear is that, we need to be fighting for these bigger picture and start with these local aspects of things and pushing for the bigger aspects of things where we can actually have the basic human right of our good water and good food and clean energy at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, we want to be better people. Just like those Anishinaabe a long time ago, we all want to be better people. We don't want to be a schmuck, for Christ's sake. Ecological schmuck, you want to be a good person, And so this is our shot. This is our shot. And then you push these other guys. I mean, I figured out that Enbridge is the single largest energy consumer in the state of Minnesota. So you got, they need so much energy. They need the equivalent of 2 nuclear power plants to push sludge through those lines. Wow. So like, what if we made a little review of our energy equations? Like, what do we spend power on? Like, one of my favorites is single-use containers. Like, what if we, like, Oregon and I think just built a plant to wash like beer bottles. I know they did in Missoula. It's called Bayern Brewery. And Oregon and Washington used to send in their bottles, like Angry Orchard. You know what I'm talking about? IPAs, right? The cool guys, they'd send their bottles in to be washed. And there's a certain kind of bottle that can go through like 48 times.
Whoa.
Right. So my point is that why are we spending energy crushing and remaking glass in a recycling when we should be doing a reusing? Right. That's jobs.
Yeah.
And that saves energy. That's what the Green New Deal or the just transition or the Sitting Bull plan needs is we need clear thinking on how to use less energy and be smarter and more respectful, and change our relationships. So, there's just so much potential. So much potential out there, I'm excited. As you see, I did drink a couple of cups of coffee, but I'm
I was just thinking, I was like, I could use a cup of coffee right now. So we've got a couple challenges here, which I think are fun because you never know when people start training something, it could catch on. We've got the Victory Garden Challenge. So it's time. Spring is here. People put in their garden, put your seeds in the ground. You don't necessarily need your front yard unless, whatever, but your choice. Here we go. And then also
the resilience challenge, like get your energy use down. Right? We want to cut our carbon footprints. I mean, you and I have a lot to pay because we fly. And we'll see how that one works out. But But the other
we have our horses at the end of the day. We got our horses at the end of the day.
Right, we got our horses. I know. You know what I did? You would really like this, Nahko, because the farms that we have with the horses are just north of the Amish. So I relocalized.
Did anybody tell them? What's going on?
Yeah, I went and seen them, and I trade them some vegetables for some goat milk. I'm on the Amish, like, local thing, and I'm doing a little bit of, I don't want to say I'm spying on the Amish, but they're like way ahead of us on the technological choices. Right
always.
I was like, so, but anyway, so I've been out there hanging with the Amish, but that's what I noticed is that those guys, they're like, they don't really
chilling.
care.
They know what's going on. They're good. They're good. They've been good. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of dignity in that. And, so this moment, people are happy though. I don't want to say that people are super scared and everything, but a lot of people are like, wow, okay, I don't have to go to work this week. I'm going to go out in the sugar bush with my grandparents. Or, I know some people on my lake that busted their grandparents out of the old age home and brought them to the lake.
Yo, gangster. I love that.
Right. People are spending time with family. People are cleaning up their yards. They're taking a breath.
Yeah.
They kind of got off that like treadmill, hamster ass treadmill that everybody's on trying to like make their payments. And maybe we should just figure out how to lower our payments. Maybe we should get a national health care plan. Oh yeah. This pandemic's teaching us that right now. You need to take care of your people because stuff don't go well.
Yeah, if you don't have people, you got nothing.
Healthcare workers, hats off to them.
Big time.
In this, but such a good opportunity in the midst of this to do you know, you know, a lot of cool things. I'm excited. We're planting and stuff, and I'm so looking forward to the release of your song Under the Earth. That's so great.
Hey, that one's for you. That one's for you.
I'm so honored. You know,
Yeah.
I just love you so much, and our movement loves you. You know,
Thank you.
I was sitting there, and you know, I think everybody's pensive, you know, because you can be.
Sure.
And it is so good to, like, you know, talk about, you know, being right on time, and you know, everything that you say, you know, is good. And so it's good to, you know, that people got to know that you know, through this, there's a lot of people that are thinking, and this is a good opportunity to wake up, be coherent, take some charge of your life, you know. And I feel like when people come out of this, you know, some people are going to say, I think a lot of people are going to say, hey, I don't want to live like that. You know?
More. Yeah.
You know, I mean, working at home is not bad for a lot of people, you know?
Sure.
But, you know, you need to organize good childcare programs, but people need to have more time with their family anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. All good points. Whoo! I feel like I just received so much, like, of your awesome energy and all of your, like, amazing, like, Winona-isms, which I live for.
Well, you're the lyricist, you know, and the songwriter.
Yeah,
know?
well, you know, I'm capturing your poetry though, and making notes. I think everybody who's listening is also taking notes. I'm reading a lot of people going like, I wrote that down. So I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today and, like, give us some of your mana and share some of those. I know there's so much, you know, that is going on in your world and that's going on in our world combined. And so I feel like these points that you've made today are just really helpful as helpful reminders of what we got to be doing right now, you know?
Right. You know, we're all in this moment together. You know, the Creator put us here. Chin up. Pray hard. Do the right thing, you know? And then, you know, so we did want to say that's a nice shirt you're wearing.
Oh, you see that?
Your shirt again.
Got a rep.
Defend the sacred. Okay, Honor the Earth merch. We are available.
Yes.
We are available. You can look up our stuff, our swag. We got our coffee. Our price is a little low right now, but think about that and look at our website, www.honorearth.org.
Yep, and I'll share all this information after the talk as well. Be part of the new
green revolution, and the, you know, be part of the new green revolution and be part of the Sitting Bull plan. You know, because we got this. We got this. We just got to keep our heads straight and our prayers strong. You know, you look out there, and there's a lot of the natural world that's right with us. They're like, good on you. Keep it up. That's what I feel like. Those eagles, they're doing the same thing. They're checking out to see if some of us are doing the right thing, and they're like, okay, okay. Some of them got their heads out of the sand. Let's go.
That's the one. Well, I love you so much, and I really appreciate you making the time today to talk to us. And I'm gonna post. Everybody's still listening. I'm gonna post the information she just talked about the website and about the article that she wrote, which is really great. I loved that you were like, maybe our descendants will call this the time that the bat killed the black snake. I love that.
That's right. That's right. Epic times, man.
Yeah.
Epic times, and we're here.
Yep.
Stick together. Hold your head high.
Yep.
You know. Right. I love you too, Nahko. You're awesome, man. Thanks for being you.
Absolutely. I love you too, Miigwech, and we'll talk soon. Thanks so much.
Yep. Later, man.
Bye, Mama.